All right, hello, and welcome back again to the second race of the day here at the Metal Gear Speedrunners Metal Gear Solid 1 PC Easy All Bosses Tournament. Right now, I don't see the capture here for Bruschetta. We might have a minor technical issue. We get ready very soon if that's fixed.
Yeah.
Yep. Today, racing, we have Bruschetta Bros versus NickRPGreen, number 1 seed and 2. Okay. Might be better to...
You're not seeing it for me?
Yep.
Sorry. Let me start again. Reset the stream.
Just coming in. Starting the game up.
Right, I'll mute and deafen now. Give me a
Yes,
sec.
thank you very much. Looks good. All right, as we were saying, we are back here for the second race of the day. Just waiting for Bruschetta Bros to just launch the game quickly, and then we should be good to go. I think everyone's ready on the menu. Give everyone just 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then we start the countdown. But who do we have here right now? Quickly, we have Bruschetta Bros versus NickRPGreen, number 1 and 2 currently of the SOCOM group. Both will advance, but who will be number 1? We shall see in just a few seconds. I'm going to start the countdown for the runners, and then we should head off. All right, the race should start now. And they're off. All right, so before we continue, first off, my co-commentator for this race is Macro360. You just saw him running himself. Macro, how are you doing? Are you looking forward to this race?
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be not only an interesting race, but a very important race, since this race will decide who goes onto the next round. So we'll see. It could be anybody's race. Bruschetta has a very high chance. Nick has a high chance. Both players are really good, and I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, so just looking up the stats quickly, they are really close to each other with the PBs. There's a difference of roughly a minute only in the best league times. Bruschetta Bros roughly with 1 hour 4 minutes. NickRPGreen with a high 1 hour and 2 minutes. And so it can be open. Both practiced a lot in the past week. Both had very close calls to brand new PBs outside of the league. So let's see what this race especially can bring. It's deciding who is number 1 and who is number 2. And moving on, that can make a lot of difference who your next opponent is. And yes, as always, we're back in the docks again, so we're gonna farm alerts. So hopefully people don't see the red coming up at the end, and we can manipulate actually the PAL key just to be in one of 7 very handy spots. Still a bit of time, again, as we explained also earlier. As long as the credits roll, there's nothing to worry about. These alerts do not extend the timer for the elevator coming down, which it does roughly at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And I gotta say, both runners are very close to each other. It's barely any difference. Bruschetta just choking out the guard. He had the Blaustein credit, which should put him at roughly 6 alerts. And Nick doing the same. They're both getting up, grabbing the ration, and getting to the elevator. And oh my god, it looks so nice in sync. Definitely very interesting. I'm not sure if one of these will do certain strats that are risky, but also save a lot of time. So it can be very drastic at the end who wins or not, or very close. And there we go, we just quickly knock on the wall, get ourselves ready because the guard is distracted, and we can just hop on the elevator behind his back. Also works on console.
Now, coming up is one of the most notorious rooms from the speedrun, and it's heliport. A lot can happen here. You need that very precise line so that you can avoid getting shot, and it's looking good for Bruschetta.
Nick got a shot there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Pretty much perfect from Bruschetta, and Nick.
Oh, Nick again.
Quite messy, but at least he did not die.
Yeah. So that's how the sync part is over now, because each time you get shot, you stand in the spot a little bit. You can't advance, so that definitely takes just a few seconds, like 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah, that definitely makes the difference, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning there's not much difference in what can happen between the bosses. And so right now, Bruschetta slightly in the lead. For sure, we want to make sure that everyone has a good eye on these Alaskan field mice. They're not rats, they're field mice. We like those, especially because they show us when we can early trigger the Master Miller codec. Because fun fact, you can press select early on your controller and open the codec before the full codec call alert is done. And as it goes naturally on PC, we can just skip any codec by just pressing escape or start. No button mashing here, sir. This is a PC.
Now, another thing about those Alaskan field mice, you might like them in the vents because they help you, but you definitely do not like them when it comes to the PAL card.
Nope. That's quite a rude interruption. I gotta say though, right now they are very much on top of each other again. It's very much in sync. Elevators are a very fun thing. We have a lot that we need to take, and elevators can come in different timings. They can come instantly, so the door is just opening because they're right there. They can come also later, and we need to press at least the button twice. So on the second time we press the button, then we have definitely the elevator, and it can cost you like 2 seconds roughly. So even here in the beginning, back and forth, it can happen. And moving on now, we meet the Dark Chief. Yeah, Nick is slightly ahead if we go here. They both roughly started at the same time, so it would not be wrong to call them in sync for now. And starting up, what comes next, Makarov? What's the next fight?
The next fight is the cell fight. It's basically a guard rush, but not really. Basically what you want to do is you want to pick up the SOCOM and the ammo for it, and stand near the door and kill the guards in groups of 3. If done successfully, all of the guards will come in groups of 3 pretty much at the same time, and that's what you're looking for.
Yep, and as you see, they both got shot, I think. Yeah, Nick should be wary now because his life is very low. But I trust in this. No, he's actually hit himself. I was just gonna say it can happen that you get shot here in the beginning, but later on it should not happen. But Nick just going here safe and ready and heals himself a little bit. And each guard takes roughly 3 bullets. So when you get a pack, you have 12. You can keep each round at least 3 bullets. And you need those if you want to continue on with Ocelot, if you don't like the nade strat. So let's see what the final bullet count here for those 2 is. Nick getting shot again, sadly. Been a bit of a rough time with the guards rushing in. Versus Bruschetta, who's now definitely ahead because he's had already the last phase now. And even Meryl's there to help, saving a little bit of ammunition. He has 6 bullets in the bag. Let's see if he goes right into Ocelot or if he opts to get the safety option with a few bullets more in the beginning, but that takes a little bit longer.
I think that he will go for ammo because if you miss a shot, it's not going to be fun.
Absolutely, and especially in the race, take the small time hit so it can avoid a larger one later on. Nick also having only 4 shots, so even less. It's going to be interesting how both will deal now with the situation. Or maybe they just say, you know what, I'm just going for the nade. We don't know. Shredder getting straight on. Yeah, he does not get the extra ammo. And it looks like Nick's also not doing that. They're both taking the 6 and 4 bullets that they have and going straight into the Ocelot fight. Maybe they both do an 8. That could be exciting. No. Bruschetta starting with the SOCOM.
That was a bit
lying
strange.
down. That's unfortunate. But he did not lose. Oh, no. And there he goes. Ocelot is gone. And it's very tricky now to keep up with him.
It's looking good. It's looking good.
Oh my god! Nick! Yeah, Nick does it with the nade! Wow!
That's
and
nice.
So, the lead flips. Because Nick only took 2 nades, which is also 6 seconds faster anyway than the perfect SOCOM. But Bruschetta is still going on. I think only 1 more shot left. There we go. But the gap has definitely widened now. Nick is definitely in the lead. Successfully pulling off that grenade Ocelot. It must be great. Definitely have to ask him how secure it was for him, how much practice he did after the race. But yeah, Nick now definitely in the lead. And now they're both moving on, doing a little magic trick in the tank hangar. Because we usually would need to call Meryl here, but her call is really slow. And as we already saw in the guard rush, she also doesn't respond that well. So it would take a lot of time to open the door. What we can do instead is just, again, use the magic trick and get ourselves through the vents. Unless Nick does not find his center.
It's quite tricky to get into that vent, actually.
Oh, no. There we go. Nick lost time here for sure. Bruschetta pulls it off in the first time. There we go. Damn, it's so close between these two. There's so much on the same level. It's absolutely massive to see them run here against each other. So yeah, the gap that he just made for himself is already closing. Let's see how it continues with the M1 tank fight.
Oh no! Nick got blown up. You hate to see that.
Yes.
That's a big time loss. At this point, you either just continue or take a death.
Bruschetta definitely did not get hit. Cooked the grenade a little bit early, and yet Nick decided apparently to continue, which is fine. Doing it here now a second time, but definitely correct. Will saving time over trying to run after the tank. Bruschetta, that was a weird grenade, but it definitely landed. Also, the second turret master is dead, so he's moving on. Now Bruschetta's in the lead again. We need to set up a counter for the flip-flops because it's going back and forth. Nick yet again in the wrong position, getting shot again. Oh no. Does it reset again, or does he stick with it? Well, that was very close, but he's sticking with it. He tries it. This is a no-go. He knows he's already screwed up once. Let's see if the first net... Yeah, it definitely hit. Okay, it's a weird angle now. The tank can move around whilst you're trying to throw the second grenade on him. There's no ration left for him. If you get shot once or twice, that's it. And yeah, it looks like, yeah, the tank is definitely escaping. He's continuing yet again. Oh, you hate to see that.
This is a really unfortunate fight, but it's a speedrun. Everything can happen. The leads can still change. We've seen that a lot this league.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Nick, come on. Third time's the charm. Meanwhile, Bruschetta Bros getting on, using... Ah, there we go. Worked for Nick. Getting on, using the Nikita to destroy the electro panel here so he can move on. Oh no, he's getting shot. No, throw again. That's so unfortunate if you get hit. The timing's all messed up, but if he's lucky... Okay, this could work. Come on, Nick, you can do it. One precise throw, just wing it. Meanwhile, Bruschetta is getting ready. Close call there. Oh, destroys the shot. And meanwhile, Nick's there again. So, Bruschetta on the left side sadly lost one Nikita. So he's one Nikita short for the Raven fight, which we saw earlier today. And he does not want to mess up again. He's taking a very slow approach here, but definitely to be sure. So yeah, Nick can make time back again, despite having continued twice now already in this run. It's not over yet, as a very famous snake once said. And will say again. If I would need to guess, I think it's like roughly 30 seconds, so we'll see. Alright, Nick now also grabbing the Nikita, as we can see, opts for 2 packs, so he has 8 shots. He's in the same position as Bruschetta there. If he messes up one Nikita at the electro panel, he will be again short on ammo. But again, if he does it correctly, he can catch up just bit by bit again to Bruschetta. So again, it's not over yet. Bruschetta now starting the ninja fight. Let's see how it goes. Again, this is the first fight where really RNG can make a difference in time. Because the ninja's now going back and forth. Not in this phase, but the phase after that. You need to walk after him. And if he's nice, he stays in a very close range to you. If he's not, gotta get your foots ready and walk.
Basically, the whole goal of this fight is to avoid getting bone and sinew. That's the last thing you want from this fight. And how do you avoid bone and sinew, you might wonder? By actually punching Ninja and not missing your punches and kicks.
Yeah, ironically, doing more damage will let him forget that he needs to say that line. And that line definitely takes at least 10 seconds away, so gotta be efficient. Try to be as German as possible if you want to.
Hurry up and catch me.
Alright. Now here comes the RNG part for Bruschetta. Just going somewhere in the far corner, not too far though. Let's see. There's actually a little bit more to walk. I hope Bruschetta knows the strat and doesn't walk too far and goes first person to see in which corner he goes. Oh, he's just listening. Taking a risk here. If he would have been in the bottom right corner, it would have been faster to just walk down between those two workplaces. And yeah, Bruschetta here for the third time again needs to walk a lot, so maybe Nick can be getting a better RNG. Let's see how it goes.
You can definitely save some time. Nick can save some time over Bruschetta's fight. But it's still close. The run is anybody's. There's only about like a 2-minute maximum gap.
Yeah. They're both now a ninja, so it's not that far yet. Everything's open. And remember the punch, he needs to PPK now and not miss anything, but he did it. He did not get bone insinuate. There we go, 3 shots on the ninja at 3 set locations. Super easy, just prepare and shoot with the right timing. He missed that timing, sadly. Again, Nick can just make ever so much time back again. It's just fractions of seconds, but still, in the grand scheme, with a run length of over an hour, it definitely makes a difference. Oh, see, Nick gets better luck here, because the ninja is much closer to him, and for the second time he needed to go much less. Third time, sadly, is all the way in the corner again, so fractions of seconds. But still, who knows? After an hour, that could be the decider.
It was a little bit better. It was a little bit better.
Absolutely. You could still mess up and get bone and sinew. That small advantage could instantly melt away like that. Let's see how it goes for him.
Now let's see on Bruschetta's end if he is going to pick up the cardboard box. I've seen Bruschetta pick it up before, but I don't know if... Bruschetta will pick up the box, so we will see the box out of bounds.
Very nice. Nick, in the meantime, also gets close to the end here. Did not get bone and sinew, very nice. And also skipped a little bit here of time.
Okay, let's go. I know this place better than you. I'll be
And that's ninja for Nick. Very nice. So again, despite continuing twice so far already, it's not over yet. You gotta move on, hang on, and just be better than your other racing opponents.
Sure you're ready, okay?
And there we go. Bruschetta now moving on to the Mantis fight. Mantis can be mean. You can miss your few shots. It's less RNG based these days because we know much more how we can manipulate Mantis. And especially on PC, there's not this hideous screen which would lead the Mantis to go in one of the corners and need to track him with first person mode. Bruschetta also going here for the throw of Meryl into the room, which saves like a second, but hey, he's tried to make more advantage again, and I respect that. Let's see, Nick also going for the box, so he will most likely also use the box vent glitch here in the cave. If done correctly, it saves roughly 4 seconds, I think I remember correctly. And then, yeah, they're both using the same strats. It's really sometimes coming down just to execution and a little bit of luck. Bruschetta getting ready here, 3 shots in, 4 more and a grenade to skip the first half of Meryl. It's looking very good, the chairs aren't even there yet. Boom. Awesome, the first half was so cleanly done. Very nice. And in case you don't know, if you have a good run with just the boss, you can also post now individual levels on the speedrun.com leaderboards. So if you think you're really competent and can beat Bruschetta at this time here at Mantis, do it.
It's certainly possible, and who knows? Speaking of actually going fast and getting faster runs, I would also like to say something related to this. If you enjoy speedrunning and you enjoy, let's say, practicing and playing games like Metal Gear, you could try something. There is actually a bounty for this game, so if you are a glitch hunter or you like to just play games and find stuff about it, you can find a few skips and you can win some money if you want to. For example, if you find a skip for the PAL sequence at the end of the game, you can win over $1,000, and if you find a significant skip, that is different to the PAL skip, you can win around $90.
I'll take point.
That's free
Snake,
money for you.
follow me.
All right, moving back to the run itself. Bruschetta Bros did a very nice clean finish here at Mantis. Nick also doing the same. Bruschetta, though, forgot to equip the car before going out there. And now, yep, he's doing the thing. So this cave exploit is super easy to explain. You can go again into this event glitch where you just look up in first person mode and uncrouch. That will take you actually on top of this little stone wall. And then you go into the box, so you're very small, and you can actually glitch through the wall. Because at the part of this wall, there is no hitbox and you get out of bounds. And now, as you can see on Bruschetta's side here, he's just out of bounds. Meryl talks to him again. And that's it. Nick on the other side here having a bit of trouble.
Leave it to me.
Really uncommon position here for Mantis. But hey, he did it. So as we always like to say when this happens, so damn Mantis. Because he's tired. He needs to rest.
Yes, I would be as well if I was flying around the room so much.
Yeah, it takes so much energy. Alright, so I would say roughly 40 seconds difference so far. Maybe a little bit more.
Now coming up, Bruschetta will perform my favorite skip in the game. It requires 20 frame perfect input to skip to skip those claymores. Normally you're supposed to follow Meryl's path, but that's slow. However, if you press 20 specific buttons at 20 specific time intervals, you can skip it. And let's see if Bruschetta gets it. Beautifully done.
Oh, that's so clean. Insane. How does he do that? Find out and join our Metal Gear Speedrunners Discord. Because we teach you this stuff.
That's why we're here.
Yep. Alright, so not really a high five that happened there. They were in the same room for just a fraction of a second. But that, again, just says what it is. It's really close between those two. Bruschetta now on his way back. Instead of trying to fight Wolf directly, we need to grab, of course, the PSG1. And the PSG1 is super important, especially for the PC version of this game. Makrov, what does the PSG1 allow us to? Do you want to explain?
Well, first of all, the PSG1 is obviously a sniper, so it's the only way to fight Wolf 1. But not only that, on the PC version specifically, we have weapon hotkeys. And well, you might say, well, those are kind of useful, but they're useful, but in a different way. If you press 0 and any other button, you will perform something called a God mode exploit. And what that does is it makes us invincible, and if you do it in a specific way, it can allow us to go through walls, go through doors, and go out of bounds, more importantly.
Yep. It's basically two advantages. One, you can't die. And second is you skip triggers, basically, that the level would have, for example, doors and stuff. So this was the only time we go through this cave here on the PC version. On console, you need to do this out-of-bound glitch again and again. But on PC, we go here through twice, 3 times actually. The first time, like as we've seen, and the second and third time, we actually use the PSG1 to our advantage and do an even faster out-of-bound section. And now coming up, as I call it, the big gatekeeper for Bruschetta Bros. It's already been interesting in the last race. Let's see how clean these two runners can go at it. The strat is super simple. You throw the first guard, you go to the second guard, alert, so they're rushing towards you. Then you directly throw a stun, grab the stinger, and try to be as fast as possible to go back to the elevator and leave without being re-seen. Alright, through a bit late, grabs all the ammunition. That's going to take more time, gets shot even. So if he's smart, he does not go to the elevator. He's trying his luck.
That was lucky.
Super lucky, yeah, it still worked. He got really stopped for a few seconds here and there, and that timing is crucial. Excellent, excellent. Bruschetta Bros clean. Moving on. No chance yet for Nick to come back closer again. Now, coming soon, there's another high five coming up. An actual high five, at least. 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
There we go. We always like to do this as moderators. This is the little things. If only we could see each other. But this is like No Man's Sky. You will never see each other, but in a way you could. If only. And now Nick also moving on here to the armory to grab the PSG1. Let's see how he's doing. Quick throw. Alerting quick throw. Throw the stun. Also goes for the extra ammunition. Okay. Shot again. Also stopped. Doesn't work out the same way for him. I do wonder.
Will
It has, oh my god, instantly.
That's even better.
That's even better. He does not need to press twice. He just say, oh, here's the elevator. You punch, kick the guard, and off you go. Right, as we just missed on the left side, Bruschetta Bros did the nuke building on the left side with the PSG1. So another thing that the PC version offers us is using the hotkeys even in areas where we should not be able to use our weapons, because nanomachines don't work against hotkeys. So we can just lie down by holding the hotkey for the PSG1. We shoot the guard once, and that's it. There's no extra alert. Just move on. There's even one faster way, which we've not seen yet today. Maybe Nick goes for it. I'm not sure. This is a race. This is very close. There's one risky faster way. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, Bruschetta was moving on, getting 3 shots in already. Very nice. 5 needed in total. The 4th one's in. And she's not going by the pillar. Oh my god, Bruschetta, that is a excellent Wolf 1. Not missing any shots here. Nick on the other side. There, he's doing the faster way, and he messes this up, sadly. Oh, how unfortunate. And he also gets seen again because he doesn't know that he needs to go down.
This is bad. You really don't want this to happen. At this point, it's you have to continue.
Yep. You could try to evade, but it's so unlucky. It's just easier to continue. Again, we need to point out so many things at once. Bruschetta Bros just did an insanely fast Wolf 1 fight. She did not hide it all. Bruschetta did not miss any shots. This is basically perfect. It can only be faster by not needing to move around to cross her because she's staying in the same spot, but that's super unlikely. So kudos, Bruschetta. That could be the perfect IL right now coming up on the leaderboard.
I'll look out for that, Daniel. I definitely want to see that fight again.
Oh, yes. Nick opted first time here on the right side for the chaff. Sadly, mistimed it apparently. The guard was not distracted. What we want to do with the chaff is just throw it in the matter so the guard that's on top looks to the side. We can walk up to him, throw him, and then go to the elevator. But the problem is he did not miss that chance. He also didn't go a little bit lower on the stairs. So he just takes the 6-second time, and he got also seen again. So it's very unfortunate for him. That's why, on hindsight now, Nick went with the PSG1 strat, which we also saw with Bruschetta Bros. That's definitely a safe one. And now he's moving on. Let's see how his Wolf 1 fight goes. Alright, looks good. Starting position is open, not aggression. 2 shots when she's just lying there. A 3rd one here. Is this a copy?
It's looking good. It's looking
very good. It's almost the same fight. Come on, one more shot. Ah, yes, she's not hiding. Oh no, miss. Another miss. Another miss. And there we go. Wow. Nick also with an insanely lucky one. What is this? We can't believe ourselves here in the commentator's booth, but this is insane. Just slightly, we were talking like 4 seconds, maybe worst time compared to Bruschetta. So Nick, not too far behind yet. It's definitely keeping at least the pace going.
As we say here,
we wait. Yeah.
As we say here on the MGS1 channel, we've still got a race.
Absolutely. So, as things go, people just succumb here to the torture. It's just faster. We really don't want to button mash here. Come on, mate. And we move on to the cell. In the cell, it's roughly like a sequence of 2.5 minutes where we can't do much. But at least, you know, people call us. Otacon brings us some ketchup. And, ketchup. That looks a little bit like blood. At least on the PlayStation. And that's how we can escape here out of the cell. We just splatter it over us. Johnny sees us, and then you get a chance to escape.
Well, it looks like Otacon brought Snake an entire bottle of ketchup.
Yeah.
Now here, Johnny, you can see, he doesn't really look at the details. He just sees red and thinks it's blood. And yeah, we just snap his neck.
Yeah, and it's an old game, but it surely checks out. grabbing your stuff. And especially, here's the thing we have not mentioned so far yet. Snake moves faster with a weapon or a grenade in his hand. So that's why you see people always having something in his hand. And luckily we have hotkeys, so we don't even need to menu to these items. We can just, as soon as we have our stuff back, press a hotkey, even in cutscenes, and equip them. So we can walk as fast as possible and as early as possible with a weapon in our hands. All right, now Nick also getting ready, Johnny leaving, and then Otacon coming by. There's quite a gap here, and that wolf fight, the first one let alone, did not help that gap. Both were insanely good, but just Bruschetta was almost perfect. You can't really deny that. That was insanely well done.
Well, we've still got Wolf 2 ahead, and we all know what Wolf 2 can do to runs.
Oh yes,
Hopefully,
Wolf 2.
we will
Yeah.
see two really good Wolf 2 ILs, since I'd be happy to
Yeah.
verify those, but who knows, we might see the absolute worst or the absolute best, or something
Could
in
happen.
between. We never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Wolf is a fight that comes twice. First time, not that many positions that are open, and she can only hide once. But for Wolf 2, oh lord, she can hide behind trees. She learned her lesson from the first fight against Solid Snake. Oops. I guess I mixed them up. They look so much alike.
Well, yes, everybody could switch them.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were Liquid and you had to fight Snake on top of Rex.
That would be insane. Could they do that back in the day? Oh no, Nick throwing Johnny. How unfortunate. That takes time yet again away. You can still choke him out, but what you want to do is just walk up to him and start smashing the attack button without a direction. If you have the direction key still active and try to choke, you instead throw a guard. Small little details, but as we learn, those small things, they add up. And so far, it has been insane to see both of these runners performing on the highest level they can, just to see who can end up in the group with #1 seed. Bruschetta Bros now moving on here in the Tower A. Nope. Crouch down.
I don't know what that was. That was weird.
Maybe you thought you needed to do Jimmy again, or you just mispressed the button. Who knows? And Nick following right away. The question is, does Nick go again with the more risky strat of throwing the chaff grenade on the left side, or does he just go, you know what, I don't want to risk it, I want to keep at least the pace, and goes also for the same PSG1 strat?
Well, Nick's going left, and we will see if we see a PSG1 or the chaff.
No, he's not cooking. He's using PSG1 then.
Yeah.
Boink. There we go. Yeah, just don't risk it at this point, really.
Yeah,
I have
just
the
a good
feeling
call.
he cooked too late the first time. That messed things up. But yeah, moving on. Just filling out here my nerdy stats in the spreadsheet. If you want to see a lot of fun statistics about the league and the runners, what are the best times, what are the best times in the league, we definitely have a nice command here on our Twitch channel. So if you watch this on YouTube, also check out us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Metal Gear Speedrunners. Alright, Bruschetta Bros getting ready here to be at the top of Tower A. And sadly, you would think he can move on, but we need to go down again because yet again, Liquid is there to ruin the day. He's gonna shoot the bridge in the tower, and sadly, we have to go down again on the outside of this Tower A and go up to Tower B again. Such an annoying, noisy fly in the air.
I wonder how what Snake's legs are made out of. How can you run up so many stairs?
I don't know. Honestly, you gotta be a musher. You gotta ride the dog sleds. I think then the strength just comes in to your legs and you can do all this walking.
Bruschetta
also,
was
I
a
mean-
bit stuck there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Oh no, it is unfortunate. He's stuck here. Oh no, he's getting hit again. That's gonna delay me further. So hey, Nick has a chance to at least get some time back again. Again, we say it all the time in this one. The small things, they add up. But yeah, I just wanted to further continue on. Of course, you know, Snake is the son of the legend that is the big boss naturally. So it should be given. It's in his genes. Alright, Bruschetta walking down the walkway as if nothing's there, and that's fair because NPC, yet again, we just used the Godmon exploit, walk past anything that could bother us, and then moving on. Grabbing the Stinger and extra ammo, so he has 10 shots here. Most runners to opt for another pack of ammunition, so we start with 15 at the top with the hind fight. But if you feel lucky, you can also move on without that. Meanwhile, Nick also making his way up to Tower A. Being still quite behind. It's not going to be a bad run, but for sure, especially for the race right now, it's looking a bit dire. But as we say, there's still a lot coming up here that can make a huge difference. As Chad loving says, step aside, I'm God mode. Exactly. Alright, Nick, come on. Get a little bit of distance back again. Just do it a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of time saved for Nick on the rappel, just on the rappel sequence itself.
Absolutely. So just hold down and next so you start jumping immediately before the next codec starts, and you should be right here on the girder. Go down left, jump down left, despite being here. Going right, and despite being hit, he still made it here on the other side. That allows you to walk down, which is faster than trying to rappel down. But okay, lucky again. This looks very clean so far from Nick. I would say that's definitely a good time save for Bruschetta here. Closing the gap just a little bit more again.
Coming up on the hind fight for Bruschetta, there is also a little bit of variance. There are a few variants to it, mainly for the second phase. Because for the second phase, if you don't hit the hind enough, it could go down below the actual roof where we are, and you can lose a ton of time on easy because the hind stays there a lot on low difficulties.
Yep. So what you want to do is go immediately into the Stinger and start shooting him, so he actually does not do does a circle, but just crosses over in a transition. And that transition shot, you can still hit him because the iframes are gone much earlier than the transition takes. So basically, you just juggle him back and forth there. And yep, that was a missed shot here from Bruschetta in the second round. No problem, just turn around. Turning is a bit slow in first person, as we explained earlier, but it's not entirely possible. So the hind definitely makes his way back. Shot number 5, and the 6th one coming up. If you can do this in transition, that would be great. They don't miss it. I was about to say miss it, but he didn't. And now starts the second half. Meanwhile, Nick's getting ready to climb the same tower as well and start his version of the fight. So far, Bruschetta did not do many mistakes. That one missed shot is not that big of a difference so far. Again, what really makes a difference is the dip and dive. Start of the second half, we usually do one shot directly. Looks like he's going for the transition shot, but it's a bit too late. He should have shot before the iframes go. The time that the Stinger takes to move on to the enemy definitely is enough. You can shoot before the iframes are there, but instead what he does now is just keep this hind in the same position. And as soon as the LMG starts, that's the timing also when you start using your Stinger. Because again, Stinger is super slow, and if you time it correctly with the LMG, the Stinger lands just when the iframes are open again. This looks very clean here from Bruschetta Bros, we gotta say that. Only one more shot left. Only one more shot also left in his ammunition. And here's the cool thing, if you stand in the right position, you can grab it just by going out of your Stinger view. Basically for free, and now he has 5 shots again, ready for the next fight, which is Wolf 2. So I'm afraid Nick so far can't make back a lot of time. As long as he gets his version clean without any missed shots, just a little bit of time that's possible to get back here.
Pretty much the biggest
missed one
spot
certainly.
where you can... the biggest spot area where you can gain a lot of time is Wolf 2.
Yes.
So if Bruschetta gets a really good Wolf 2, Nick is pretty much out of the game, but there are still a few spots like liquid, like the Liquid Infinite and Parkad RNG.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Second half here for Nick. Meanwhile, Bruschetta's just going yet again in the God mode, but walking down. Easy peasy. If you were on console, you would most likely want to get rid of these turrets because you can't go into God mode, and chaffs are not that available as much anymore. There's great things you can do. If you time it correctly, you can just use your regular grenades and throw them just in the proper time so the arc is just about to explode, like the grenade is about to explode when the turrets are in range, and that just takes them away. I never knew that before I started watching speedruns of this game, and it's amazing. Changes everything how you view this game. Right, Nick looking good here. Too early here, unfortunate. He still has 2 shots left here, come on. Oh, 1, sorry. Needs 1 more pack. And that... Yep, that should be it. So what you want to do in this case, if you have 4, you want to empty your magazine and grab a full new one. Because that one stinger that you have then later at Wolf 2 can make like all the difference.
Alright, Wolf 2, let's see how this one goes. Basically, you want to stay in the stinger as much as possible because with the stinger you can see where Wolf is actually going when she's hiding behind trees, and you can shoot her behind trees. With the sniper you cannot. So it's best to stay in the sniper for close distance, for small distances, but for long distances just use the stinger.
Yeah, Bruschetta definitely trying his luck here, trying to think ahead, maybe find Wolf, and she's transitioning. Unfortunately, she can go either way, left or right. And if you look right, she's most likely always going left. It was lucky there that she needed to reload though, so with that time that he needed to go down into the PSG1 view, he had to just shoot Wolf, and she didn't even attack there. Losing health here should not be a problem, and especially like if you have too little health here at the end, the auto heal could take much longer as if you were just barely scratched. So you do want to keep an eye on your health here, just to squeeze a little bit more time out of it. And yeah, as you can see, he's getting shot because he did not switch back and forth between the PSG1 and the Stinger. It's looking not too bad here. Bruschetta's giving us a decent fight, and Wolf definitely stays more on the left side. Not too bad yet. Alright. There you go. Fun shot. If she doesn't move, that's it. Nicely done.
There's some possible time save for Nick.
Oh yeah.
But it will be hard. You need really good RNG to save time over Bruschetta, but
Yeah.
again, you never know what's going to happen when you're speedrunning.
Absolutely. Now Nick is starting his version. Let's see how that goes. Okay, she's starting on the left. That's good. And she's still hiding by the tree. Oh, luckily he stayed in the PSG1 just to catch a transition in between trees. Not too bad. Good decision making here. Remember, Bruschetta is starting his fight with the cargo elevator, guys. He tries to do the new version invented here by Il Pazzo, which is definitely nice, but if you're not that clean, it can cost you time, but it worked. So what you want to do is you put down a C4 and use 2 stingers for the guys that are far ahead. But especially with the stinger, the problem is if you shoot a stinger not correctly on them, they don't fall over, which is the fastest way to kill them, but instead they just get damaged, and that does not kill them in one shot, even because it's a land-to-air stinger.
Well, of course, they're genome soldiers. They can resist a sniper rifle close to their face.
Absolutely. And Nick now also getting done here with Wolf 2. I would say that's an about average Wolf fight. They're about even here. Don't think they really make much of a difference here for the distance. Well, maybe Nick can do his cargo fight faster. It's definitely a new strat. We just found it thanks to the tournament and everyone having his eyes, or their eyes on this category. So you can only do this on PC because you want to be into go-up mode when you explode that C4, or else you kill yourself as well. Although I think like this late in the fight, you maybe have enough health. But for sure, you want to be in God mode. All right, Nick, let's have at it. All right, Nick starting and doing the regular punch, punch, kick, which is fine. Takes roughly 11 seconds, and especially if you don't trust yourself with the stinger, it's for sure the safe strat to do.
I think that this saved or might be equal to Bruschetta's strat, because Bruschetta messed it up a little. Just
Yeah.
a bit of time.
Yeah. Bruschetta, as we see now, is getting ready here using the Nikitas. If I saw correctly, he had only 6, so he's 1 short. He needs to use at least one other weapon or go behind Raven here to shoot the last Nikita shot. Yet again, this fight is a joke because God mode exists and literally nothing happens to us. And Bruschetta does not see it. Yep, he missed that. He was empty. But alas, walks behind Raven, gets another pack of ammunition for Nikita and finishes the fight. I'm pretty sure Nick did not lose any time at the Nikita, so he definitely has enough ammunition, can make a little bit of time back. Kamaksu for Bruschetta. Now we have the PAL key sequence, and at the start, of course, again, there is some RNG involved, and that can make some difference for sure. The best position versus the worst position takes roughly 20 seconds, or even more, depending on how clean your lines are. But I'm pretty sure both of these runners know what they're doing. So again, hit them in the chat, let us know what your position is. Oh my god, chat is very much thinking this is going to be the best position, but some of us say, no, it's going for the other side. You do want to be with us here when we do these things live. Chat interaction is great. We have predictions running. We have interaction with you guys. So we definitely want to see what's happening. Follow us here on twitch.tv/Metal Gear Speedrunners. All right, moving on.
Well, I think that everybody knows what my prediction will be for PAL card.
God bump.
Exactly, God bomb.
See, I know it. All right, Nick looking clean. Yeah, exactly. He had enough ammunition just as he was there. Definitely made some time back. Although just a few seconds. And now Bruschetta's making his way down again. Did not get shot. That's very nice. If you're fast and efficient, you can move past this guy without ever being hit. And for sure, these 1.5 seconds that you would lose, you want to keep that. If you're ahead, stay ahead. So let's see what is happening here. Which position will Bruschetta Bros get? All right, and they're about to high five, just there. There we go. So yeah, there's quite some distance between Nick here and Bruschetta. It can swing around. The nerves can, be very strained. So let's see how also the rest will go with Liquid. But first, Bruschetta Bros grabbing the power key. He could have missed the position there because it was too close to the wall. Did not find anything yet. You gotta move a little bit to the middle there. Yes, let's go. It's a ration. He walks too far, but he knows at least that he does not need to walk all the way. It could very well be that he missed it and needs to walk back. But it looks like it's option number 7. Which is the worst. So if Nick just has a little bit better timing... Oh, no. Oh, what's happening? Bruschetta is missing again. No, I don't think it's Rat. I think, again, Bruschetta did not do the line correctly. He could have missed the spot, so he needs to go back.
It's...
Yeah. Missed it there. He's
hope
looking with the stinger. He does not see the rat, so he probably just didn't find the key. So, Nick, I'm very sure knows very much where I need to go. It was the second best power key, and he lost so much time because it did not walk the line, folks. Again, go to the wiki that we made for you. Super easy to learn. Learn the line. So yeah, they definitely moved very close to each other right now. Bruschetta could have stayed so far ahead, but now Nick, let's see what he has. He has the same position, but because he knew the line, he walked it correctly and made a lot of time back. They're very close to each other actually right now again. Oh my lord. See, these are the things that can happen, especially in a race. So now it's just coming all down to how the end game works.
The race is just getting closer and closer.
Absolutely. Well, and now comes the time in the run. Right, not much is happening really. We just need to freeze the key first, go back to the warehouse where we fought Raven, bring the car back, and then go back again to the warehouse and even further back to the blast furnace to heat the key. Each of these phase changes takes 61 seconds, and you can listen either to the music or just have a live timer running. I mean, just use a stopwatch if you want to. But you definitely don't want to miss this 61-second timer. But yeah, as you can see, they are for sure getting much closer to each other. If only one of them messes up, for example, Bruschetta misses barely to do the infinite punch and needs to reset again, not continue but start again, trying to do the infinite, Nick could easily move past Bruschetta here. So this has gotten so much more exciting. And again, we're talking about the first seed here, which is definitely attractive. And there we go. Bruschetta was moving on here to the warehouse, but again, followed very closely by Nick. I'm assuming it's roughly 20 to 25 seconds difference. And we do know both have started roughly at the same time. I think Bruschetta was like 2 seconds ahead, so we'll see how it goes. There's also the escape sequence where some time can be lost because you get shot and you get delayed because of the knockback. So let's see. Bruschetta getting ready here, just waiting at the door. In this position, you can also do different ways how you can do it. You just wait with your waist lying right where the door trigger would be, and as soon as you stand up, yet again, because Solid Snake is standing up where his feet are, he just goes right through the door. Nick, on the other hand, great that I can display that side by side here. Nick, on the other hand, is going into God mode, going past the trigger for this door and crouches down. So as soon as his time is done, he just needs to lie down, which also automatically lets him activate the trigger again for the door and move on to the next level. There we go. Bruschetta stands up and moves on. Throws the chaff, not to get hit here by the turrets. There's a path that you can take so you don't get hit. But especially going up is just faster if you throw this chaff and take the direct line. Bruschetta did not check his card. He was very sure that he can do it. Nick also not checking his card. So they both trust their feeling, trust the timer. So it's going to be an insane race at the end. Not quite sure who's going to win yet. Anything can happen still. And especially, this is the interesting thing, if people see each other race, that could make a difference right now what happens. Like, Nick could be like, okay, this is the final stretch. We just need to move on. And Bruschetta could maybe freaking out a little bit, like, oh my god, my nerves. What I would suggest, what I definitely do myself, is just turn everything off, do the best run you can, and whatever happens, happens. So I definitely have to ask if they watched each other and knew what was happening at that time. Oh, Bruschetta being too slow here. There we go. This was the decider that I just talked about. Because Bruschetta here should kill himself. Yep. The fastest way to do this is just get out the stinger, because you don't knock yourself back with the stinger.
This is just what Nick needs. It's just what Nick needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick is probably going to do the Tony strat. Moving on, did not get caught, and there you go. Nick is ahead. And so it flips again. This is insane.
It's as simple as that.
Now. Yes, simple as that. I told you guys, like, it's a race. Anything can happen, especially if you're a little bit nervous. You know, you're not that used to it. It's like, you know, it's close. It's close. You can also flip back again now, but for sure, just because this happened, oh lord, they're very close right now. It's not decided at all. Man, this was great. I love doing these commentaries for these races. It's so insane. All right. Now both are back on the way to the blast furnace, of course, to heat up the car. This whole process alone takes roughly 5 minutes. You have like 2 minutes that you need to take the elevator back to the blast furnace. You need to wait 61 seconds inside the blast furnace. And then a whole 2 minutes just to go through the elevator, plus a little bit, you know, further to go back to the command room. So again, call out, join the server here on Discord, and help us find a glitch, anything that we can use so that we skip this whole thing. Because again, at the Twin Snakes, thankfully, you can not do this whole thing with going into rooms. There are pipes actually in the room. I mean, who knows? Maybe you're the person that finds this little trick for us, and we definitely give you money for that. Like real cash. Chat is going crazy. I love to see it. This is insane. Again, not at all decided yet. Bruschetta could also win.
This definitely was one of the best races so far.
Absolutely. Yep. There's different kinds of like runners that are here. People that just started because there is a tournament and they feel like motivated to say, okay, now for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to sit down, learn everything and see how far I can get. There's other people, like Nick, for example, that played any percent before and said, oh, bosses, sounds interesting. Why not? So they're a little bit more experienced. And then we have really the veterans there that play this game for years and are much more trained. But the coolest thing coming up Monday, second day of week 3, we have also somebody who just recently joined the scene and gotten the world record by quite a margin compared to those that are running this game for much longer. So yeah, if you think you want to give it a try, again, join the Discord, check out our wiki, there's everything there, just ask if you want to start and we'd gladly help you. As you see, Nick now getting ready, moving on to the blast furnace. But yeah, Bruschetta, again, not too far behind. Yet again, we wait for 61 seconds here. Nick, yep, doing GME, getting ready, sitting down and then leaning forward. And most likely Bruschetta will lie on the floor and then stand up. And there we go yet again. NickRPGreen with the nice reminder, hey, bring Apache Smash to Summer Games Done Quick? Games Done Quick this summer, where he should play Metal Gear Solid 3 European Extreme in Tuxedo, which is even a difficulty level beyond European Extreme already in a game like Metal Gear Solid 3. He submitted it, and I think everyone agrees we want to see that. So if you're working for GDQ, hey, maybe get him in. It's definitely worth seeing. It's insane. The precision needed, the amount of practice you need to do for that alone. It's, again, a step beyond the regular European Extreme already.
Certainly, if you haven't watched the MGS3 Tuxedo run yet, just watch it. As soon as today's races end, just go on SRDC and watch Apache's Tuxedo run. You will never find an MGS3 run like that. It's just baffling
Insane.
how you can do that in a tuxedo.
Yeah. There we go. Now, both runners making their way back again. As we explained, there's not really much happening. But just as a reminder, this is race 2 of 4 on today's day. There's 2 more races coming up after that. We leave the group SOCOM behind. We move on to group Stingers. First race will be Shard of Kingdoms versus Solitoni, respectively, currently the last place in the group and the first place. And again, I heard they planned something special for us today, so it's definitely worth checking out this. It's not at all uninteresting. And then for the final of the day, it's Dan Spence 94 and myself, House Test, running against each other. Who will get the number 2 seed in this group? And yes, so far it's a race. They're both in the same elevator. Ah, insane. As soon as we leave the Palkeef sequence behind, we have the Rex fight, we have the Liquid fight, and we have the escape sequence. So a lot of things happening and a lot of opportunities to lose a little bit of time. And now, more than ever, this little time saved can make a difference.
Liquid will definitely be the biggest contender for either putting Bruschetta back in first place or completely ruining Bruschetta's run. There's really nothing you can do about Liquid. It's mostly 90% skill, but even on PC there are possibilities to for your inputs to get eaten or for stuff like that to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just out of your control.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, that Liquid is gliding away. Like, you start everything correctly, you're throwing twice usually. That's like the beginner strat, and then you just do the infinite punch sequence, which is just tapping the attack button twice, tap, tap, tap. And with that rhythm going on, you should keep in at the same position or moving towards the edge, where you just need to do a third time where you kick him. But again, you could slide away out of your hands. It could be that you mess up your rhythm, especially if your nerves are going. Again, another question, like, are these runners knowing of each other how close they are? Is this impacting them, or did they both say, you know what, I'm just gonna race as good as I can? It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna ask them after this race. Great, Nick inserted the hotkey first, waiting here for Otacon to let him go. And Bruschetta doing just the same. It's really close, it's insane. It's like maybe 10 seconds. And depending how the escape sequence goes, that could be already the decider, but again, there's more to come. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's go. Start the fight. We go into gold mode first, go into a specific position here, so we're definitely close enough. So Rex is just moving back and forth. And then we just need to time our stingers, because nothing else is happening. You can't be hit, you can't be damaged. Just keep the stingers coming in a steady pace. Nick not missing any shots. Waiting for Gray Fox dialogue to be over. And Bruschetta just starting. Looks clean. And that should be, yeah, also very nice, clean. Bruschetta just wishes he could shoot that stinger and end this fight early. Sadly, it's not gonna happen. As Snake says himself, I can't do it.
Well, you have to. It's time save.
Nick's game crashed, so it's switching to real time now. Nick's need to sadly start now at the MG Rex fight again. We're switching over to real time. Whoever finishes first wins. That is unfortunate that the game crashed just
first
there.
Ever crash in the league?
Yeah, I think this is the first time we ever had a crash like this, at least in this location. We had people soft locking in the blast furnace because they went into the magma, but yeah. Bruschetta Bros now ahead. If he just keeps finishing it, again, it's real time now. We don't look at the in-game time. He did it.
We will also have to recount them if in case somebody started a little bit later or earlier at the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they started about the same time. If the difference is bigger than 5 seconds, then we can just use that as is. Yep. So yeah, I think that has settled it, sadly. But again, Bruschetta could mess up a little bit here and there. Let's see. Again, do they know of each other? If Bruschetta Bros finishes now with 2 minutes difference and Nick does his fight clean, according to RTA time rules, he would still win. Not entirely over yet, but definitely not. And there we go. Bruschetta loses Liquid and starts running after him. If Nick does his version correctly, he could win. It's not over yet, despite the switch, despite loading a save. Let's see what happens. This is so insane, so close. So many things are happening. Ah! Let's see what Nick does.
It will kill even you.
There we go. Nick starts his version now. Again, he just needs to do it clean within 30 seconds. He's doing the zero throw. It looks good though. Nick is gliding away, but he's catching up. He just needs to keep his rhythm going. Keep the rhythm going. Oh, this is so close.
I cannot believe this.
Oh, this is insane. This takes so much skill.
This is
Come on,
insane.
kick him. And he did it. He's in the lead again. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I've seen this. Oh my lord. Meanwhile, Bruschetta Bros just trying to finish here Liquid. I assume he did not practice what happens after you mess up the initial setup. It's so vital, especially for a race, to practice even if things go wrong, to try to optimize the cases that go wrong. But yeah, as we've seen, despite the change to RTA, despite needing to load and falling behind, Nick did his fight with Liquid so much cleaner, so much better, that he's ahead again. insane. I'm not sure if Bruschetta can clean up here. It needs to be stopped a lot of times and interrupted so that he falls back.
Nick
But yeah,
would have
you look at the
missed
time,
a
it's 30
couple of
seconds.
shots.
Yes, oh lord. How does that happen? That happens only in speedrunning on races. Insane. There you go. Nick getting ready for the counter here. That's the second checkpoint. And get stopped once. Twice. Each time is 1 point time loss roughly, so. But again, he needs to be stopped like 20 times. So. Right. Shadow here at the first checkpoint. Looks clean, did not get stopped. Oh, please align now. Please align. Oh no, he did not fully align. He could miss now the initial setup.
Yeah, still pretty close.
Yep. Bit of time loss here. Yep, the guard for Bruschetta's walking to the side. That's unfortunate. That takes more time away. So yeah, pretty sure Nick has it settled now. Even if he misses a few shots here and there, it's really quite a distance right now. 20 seconds though. But regardless, it's very large.
Nick's escape is also looking really good.
Yeah, looks very clean. Swayed a bit too much, I think, but no, this is already getting ready for the next phase. Looks good. Okay. I think 3 more shots, roughly. For Nick. Or maybe no. Bruschetta, meanwhile, just at the second phase here. And that's it. Nick just needs to skip here in the end, and then we have the first timer. Let's see what it is. 104
Unbelievable
34.
recovery.
Water recovery, despite the game crashing, needing a save. He came back. The stats on screen are not correct. We just switched now to RTA. So whatever the time on the screen in the bottom right says, that's the one we measure here for the winner. And Bruschetta also now getting over here, finishing the credits off as soon as possible, and then say, we need to talk to these two guys. It's insane what happened here. So many back and forths. Like, remember, Nick died at the tank, and he had a back card. Bruschetta walked past his PAL key. They both had the same PAL key, actually. It's like, how do these back and forths happen? But hey, they did. And now Bruschetta Bro is finishing here at 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 2 seconds. Wow. All right, let's talk to runners. Let's see what happens. I want to hear opinions, folks. They're probably just getting ready. And there's Nick. Congratulations, Nick. You did it, but how you did it. Insane, man. GG.
It hasn't crashed in months.
Oh my god. Where did
Hey,
you
Bruschetta, also welcome
understand.
back. Okay, first question. Did you see what happened? Did you watch each other? Did you see the live stream?
I
I
only saw bits.
didn't watch Bruschetta, but I've had my partner watching the stream, like
Yeah.
telling me what's going on
Okay.
throughout.
Wow.
I'm still. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't.
It was fun, man. It was fun.
I can't
You
believe
both
it.
deserve a cool drink now, whatever you want, because he definitely did a great job. It's what insane to watch. Totally entertaining. You delivered great here. And the good thing is, I mean, you're both moving on, so that's subtle, but hey,
Yeah.
what a fight that was.
Oh,
Catch your breath, Nick.
I'm still reeling from it. Like I don't know what happened. I think like I was so excited that
Yeah.
I got Ocelot right with
Yeah.
grenades. Like I wasn't going to do it, but I was so short on SOCOM
And
ammo that I thought I've just got to
Yeah.
go for it and see what happens. And then I
Jeez,
think I was
insane.
like so yeah, like I got that down, and then immediately it started going wrong. Like I couldn't get through the vent, and then
Yeah.
tank just yeah.
It looked so close, especially in the beginning. You made your Nate Ocelot work, went ahead, lost a little bit of time because of the vents, and then it flipped actually because Bruschetta did his tank correctly and you died even at the tank. So Bruschetta was in the lead for a long time. Yeah, and then it flipped back around. Bruschetta missed his perk. You both had the same positions, but Bruschetta sadly missed the line and walked past it. And that difference alone brought him so much closer again. Bruschetta then died in the command room, and that flipped it around for the final time. We thought, but no, the game crashed. Nick needs to start again at Rex was. Bruschetta was already halfway done. It came all down to Liquid, actually.
Bloody Liquid! Wow, well done there. Kept your cool, mate. Kept your cool.
I've been working on Liquid, and yeah, I'm glad it's paid off.
Yeah. For sure.
But no, well played, dude. That was such an intense race.
It was fun. It was fun.
Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone in voice chat, as we hear from backstage, said like they were screaming because it was so intense. So definitely, I'm gonna watch this back again tomorrow on YouTube. It's like, even me commentating over it is like insane. So everyone, we need to sit down and watch it again.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yep. Any last words before we move on?
I'm switching to Oxide. I'm not doing the GOG version anymore.
Sounds fair.
Doesn't crash.
Okay. Bruschetta, any last words from you?
Words. Yeah. Learn your line, all right?
Absolutely, learn
That's
your
all
line.
I'm saying.
Definitely do that.
All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for racing today. We both see you again, of course, in the elimination stage, the quarterfinals. Good luck moving on. And for now, that was me here, house test for commentating side. I think Macroth is still continuing on for the next one. And the next race will be Shard of Kingdoms versus Solid Tony.
Yeah, definitely look out for that and don't go anywhere. We'll just go to a very quick intermission, get the runners ready, and continue right into the next race.
Absolutely.